Senator John McCain will be farewelled by former presidents, congressional colleagues and his children on Saturday morning following a public procession through Washington, D.C. McCain, who died on Tuesday just days before his 82nd birthday, will be carried from the U.S. Capitol by armed forces body bearers before he is transported by a motorcade to Washington National Cathedral. 8 members of the armed forces were seen carrying McCain's coffin from the rotunda to a waiting hearse about 8:30 a.m., with one man at the back appearing to direct them. At one point, the plastic covering protecting the casket from adverse weather blew off McCain and straight onto the head of a soldier. He did not flinch and continued marching down the stairs until someone was able to take the plastic off him. The casket then joined a police motorcade with multiple large black vans at the back. Details of the funeral listed on McCain's website say the procession will pause at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, where the senator's wife, Cindy, will lay a wreath to honor those lost in the Vietnam War. The public are invited to line the streets to bid the war hero, who worked as a politician in Arizona for more than 30 years, a final goodbye. Following the procession, a private service for family, friends, congressional colleagues and staff, as well as U.S. and international leaders will be held. The invitation-only service will take place at Washington National Cathedral, and only those with tickets will be permitted to attend. The 15 pallbearers at Saturday's cathedral service will include former Vice President Joe Biden, former Senator Phil Gramm and ex-Defense Secretary William Cohen, both Republicans, as well as Michael Bloomberg and liberal actor and activist Warren Beatty. McCain's friend and former Chief of Staff, Mark Salter, will also be included. Remarks will be made by 2 former presidents, George W. Bush and Barack Obama, as well as former Senator Jolie Berman and former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. McCain's children will also deliver a tribute and read a poem. Share this article. Share on Sunday, the American war hero will be buried at the U.S. Naval Academy in Maryland, next to his old friend, Admiral Chuck Larson. On Friday, McCain was laid in state in the Capitol Rotunda, making him one of only 13 senators to do so. He was laid on the Lincoln catafalque, which was built in 1865 for Lincoln's remains to rest on, and has been used for all those who have lie in state in the Capitol since. Past presidents John Kennedy, Dwight Eisenhower, and Ronald Reagan have lie in state, as have distinguished citizens such as Douglas MacArthur. The last person to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda was Antonin Scalia in February 2016. Throughout U.S. history, only 32 people have been lain in state or lain in honor under the soaring Capitol Rotunda, including 11 presidents and unknown soldiers from World War I to Vietnam. McCain was involved in planning the events around his funeral. He made it clear to family and friends that he wanted Democratic former Vice President Joe Biden, Bush, and Obama to speak, but that Trump was not welcome. Last July, Senator McCain was diagnosed with a glioblastoma, an aggressive form of brain cancer, but he was back in the Senate 2 weeks later. His last Senate vote was in December.